So funny thing happened today. Guess what happened? Why I was late? Can someone guess why I was late? Very damn funny. Can anyone guess why? For what reason I was late? Didn't update. Yeah, there was a force update that came in, but no, that's not the reason. No, I was late because I forgot and I didn't keep an alarm for 4:30 today because I just forgot. But yeah, so today we're going to do something a little different. Okay, every time we do market talk and then we keep talking to everyone, I do an entire market update for like half an hour, 45 minutes, and then we figure out what happened in the market, right? Today we're going to do something little different. What is that something different that we're going to do? Is I'm directly going to start taking people up on stage and we're going to start discussing stuff. Okay, so Abhi, directly we'll do a quick market session about people because I feel that I usually only take like one or two people on stage and then talk to them. I think I should take slightly more people. So today we'll just do a simple community session. How's that? Does that sound good? A simple community session. Either way, I'll tell you what the market happened today before we even do the community session. Basic market तो मैं बता दूंगा. If you look at what happened in the market today, uh, the Sensex went down by 340 points as predicted. Right? Was it a predictable thing that the market would go down 340 points, or would the market go down today? Yeah, it had to correct, right? Because the market went up too much. Little bit of correction was supposed to happen. By the way, Grow is buying India Bulls mutual fund business for 175 crores. Did you guys see that news? Grow is buying India's mutual fund business. So that is also happening. Uh, Blackstone backs Sona Comstar gets SEBI nod for a 6,000 crore, one more IPO, one more mega IPO is coming. 6,000 crore ka mega IPO is coming. Again, what to do, we don't know because there are so many IPOs coming in the market. Literally, हमको ही नहीं पता क्या करना है मतलब. There's so many IPOs coming in the market. क्या करें? You tell me. Right? One sec. Okay, so let me do one thing. Directly click on. Oh, by the way, we hit 4,000 members on our community chat. Look at that. It's 4,000. Subex was on fire today. Really? I didn't check Subex and Deepak. Today I was a little busy since morning. I was doing some other stuff. Oh wow, 6.5. Dude, what is this? It's just constantly growing, growing, growing. Deepak also went up by 1.22%. Subex went up. Did Loris also go? If Loris also went, then I don't even have to look at my portfolio. Yeah, it was up little bit, not too much. But then I know that the portfolio is up today. Haha. People are happy. The finance community is at around 4,000 today, right now. So congratulations, guys. It's I think a team effort that we have come and reached 4,000. 4,000 people. We should actually do this, right? We should have a fun little game. So every thousand should be like a market cap. Okay, so 4,000 means we are currently guys at 4,000 market cap. You should do it that way. तो अभी हम लोग 4,000 मार्केट कैप पे गेम खेल रहे हैं. Yeah, we're currently at 4,000 mark or not 4,000 points. Points would be boring. I believe in market cap, not price. So we're currently at 4,000 market cap. Okay. So can we reach that 1 lakh crore club that we keep talking about? 1 lakh crore club. We should reach the 1 lakh. Abhi, it's 96,000 crores more to go. Not a big amount, guys. Definitely 1 lakh crore club. Cool. Awesome. 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 250. By the way, all the guys who please update your app. I think most of you all have done it, but please update your app. Okay, force update because some massive new now. Remember last time I had come once and I said that we'll have all these new features coming up. Now in the next few weeks you will have again a lot of new features coming up, which is going to help creators a lot, and it's going to help you guys also. So there's something known as open creator access where anyone and everyone can now create a community if they choose to, if they want to. So any one of y'all. Yes, I think it's already out, right? That update. I think any one of y'all can now create your own community, talk about anything, start teaching people about anything you want to teach. So that should be good. Is Digital Pratik joining Avalon? What do you mean he's joining Avalon for? Varun tweeted. I don't know. I didn't see that. Dude, he tweets faster than I can confirm anything, dude. This is cheating, yeah. This is very cheating. Okay. I just told him on wait one sec. One sec. Varun, you tweeted already that Digital Pratik is joining us this weekend. No, some people were saying, okay, fine, bye. No, there's no such thing as Digital Pratik joining us. He's not joining us, dude. Okay. No, no, he's not joining us, but we're definitely talking to him to do a session this weekend. We're going to do a session on marketing and cryptocurrency hype. And guess who is he doing the session with? Guess who is he doing a session with? Not me. Not me. Not me. Abhinav. He's doing a session with Abhinav. So it's Abhinav and Digital Pratik coming on a session. For all the people who've been a part of our Avalon community for a long period of time would get the joke. Right, but it's going to be a fun session because everything is now back to normal. We're all adults, we're all big people, so we're going to do a beautiful session where the impact and the value is going to be there for you guys. We're going to do a lot of nice session on marketing and how all these marketing with relation to cryptocurrencies are creating a stupid hype right now in the system, and which I've already told you guys 1,000 times, but why not say it 1,001 time again? Okay, cool. So before we do anything else, you didn't hear it from me, okay? I'm just saying. Okay, awesome. Let's do one. Let me take some few people on the stage right now and do a nice talk with them. Cool. Okay, anyone who wants to come on stage, please click on Ask to Speak, and I will take you guys on stage and we will do this session. Okay. Okay, click on Ask to Speak, and I will randomly take up a lot of people on stage, answer your questions. Dun, 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 dun. I'm closing my eyes, and actually not closing my eyes. I'm just randomly clicking on. I'm, one by one, like civilized people, will ask questions. One by one. And with your name, please. Please tell your name and then ask the question.
Uh, hey Shashank, am I audible?
Yeah, who's this?
I'm Abhiraj.
Abhiraj.
Yeah, hi.
Okay. Hi,
So
Abhiraj. Tell me.
my question is, so I purchased the shares of NBCC back in February after analyzing the budget and looking into the infra investments that government is going to make. And then today I checked my portfolio. It is 50% up. But
Wow.
the thing is, NBCC is ridiculously overpriced.
Okay. How
So
much? Can you reveal how much have you invested?
the amount, it's a small amount. I invested around $8,000. Sorry, sixteen
Okay.
thousand bucks I invested, and it's around 24,000 something now. So I was just thinking, it's not that a fundamentally strong stock, but since it's backed by the government and good news is coming from the infra side, should I hold it or should I not? Because it's absolutely not fundamentally strong. It was a budget based decision.
Okay. Do one thing. Do one thing. Why don't you remove a small percentage of it? So
Hmm.
you will not feel bad if it goes down because you are booking your profit. Why don't you do that? Now, do you know how much to book?
Uh, I really haven't thought in that sense.
Okay,
So,
let me ask the audience because even they're smart. So it's a live case study, guys, for you guys. 16,000 invested, 50% growth achieved. What do you think he should do? Like, how much should he book profits? He's not confident that it is not fundamentally strong, and whenever something is not fundamentally strong, you should not, you should be a little careful about it. So tell me, what do you guys you should do? Book half. So a lot of people are saying book half.
okay.
I'll tell you my opinion also. Obviously, in the end, it's not like I won't tell you my opinion,
Uh huh.
but
The
I want.
initial capital can be removed, the 16K.
Okay, that's one good idea. What else? That's reasonable. Okay, what I would say is your conviction suddenly has gone down. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now there is a possibility that it might go up, but ideally you should just be very happy. Number one, that you've invested in something and that's given you 50% returns. Whatever the amount is, doesn't matter. You've got 50% returns. So one kudos to what you have done is that. Now,
Hmm.
second, you're saying I don't have so much conviction, but it is a fundamentally not a fundamentally good stock. I bought it because of budget. Then your allocation now should be very less, according to
Okay.
that logic.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't say book your profits, because if you book your profits, then you're booking 8,000 and still keeping 16,000 inside. I would say take out your investment and only keep the profit inside, which is now your no loss, no profit money.
Okay.
Take your 16,000 out and go invest that six. And if you still feel that no, Shashank, you know what? If it goes down back from 8,000, goes down back. Book your profits. Sorry, sorry. Someone was saying something.
It wasn't me.
Okay, so I'm saying now the logic here is that okay, you don't like it anymore. It might not be that good that you predicted it. So you're saying okay, I want to book profits little bit. No problem in booking profits. It's completely all right. But
Hmm.
if you still feel that okay, you know what, I'm going to remove my investment and then I'll only keep 8,000. I'll remove 16,000 and make that 16,000 work for me again to
Yeah.
find another stock. That is one possibility. The other possibility also is that you're saying, no, Shashank, this 8,000, no. I feel bad if I don't book some profit from that 8,000 because it's hard on money. What if it just goes down? Then I'll be sad, right?
Hmm.
So then I would suggest only keep 5,000 and take out 16,000 plus 3,000. So you're also happy that tomorrow if NBCC goes to shit, you have cleared your 3,000 extra in
Yeah.
that account. And you still have 5,000 that by chance it goes up by another 20%. Good enough. No, say, how do you care? You made your profit. It's a good gain. Now remove that money and start investing it in something else that will give you a better gain.
Sure.
Understood?
Yeah.
My suggestion would be, because your conviction in something is not there, that is why I'm saying my suggestion would be that.
Okay. Sure. Sure. Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah.
Shashank,
Okay.
I have I
Wait.
have
Who was that first? Abhiraj, no? Okay. So, Abhiraj, you can stay around. Don't quit it. You can stay around and help other people in the questions. Okay?
Sure. Sure. I'm here only.
Okay. Awesome. Next question. Name, please.
yeah, I'm Weber.
Hey, Vaibhav. Nice DP,
Hey.
dude.
Thank you. So
Eligible bachelor.
kind of. So I have two questions. One
Yeah.
specific to alkyl amines,
Okay.
right? So the stock fundamentally is great, right?
Correct.
But and it's grown phenomenally. Like I think in the last 1 year, it's grown about 4 times,
Correct.
right? But right now there is a stock split as well. I think a 5:2, two
Okay.
is to five, right? But I'm waiting for a dip, but it's just not dipping, right?
Yeah.
So when do you suggest to enter? Is it still a good time to enter? Like they just did a stock split, it's gone up by 10%. And the share price almost went up by 3K in like a week.
Correct.
So when do you suggest would be a good time to enter?
Now the thing is, Alkyl Amines was always a fundamentally good stock. Okay,
Right.
it was always a fundamentally good stock. Recently, it went up a lot because the whole chemical sector is also booming really well. In the
Mm-hmm.
amine sector as well. Now, alkyl amines also depend. See, for example, Deepak nitrate, alkyl amines, all of them also depend on a lot with respect to the underlying commodity pricing that they have. Like, for example, Deepak talks a lot about say phenol, right? They sell a lot of phenol products. So the phenol
Right.
demand went up, the phenol prices went up. So then obviously that stock also went up. Understood?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Right.
Alkyl Amine is always a fundamentally good stock, but I don't know why people are only looking at it right now. Why? I'll tell you why they looked at it right now, because it was rallying recently 20% up. Now, why it
Correct.
rallied, I'm not sure, because I wasn't tracking the market. I wasn't tracking Alkyl Amines at that point. So that is why I don't know why Deepak Nitrate was up like that. Sorry, why Alkyl Amines was up so much. But if you look at everything else, um, from another perspective, right? That is it good to invest or not? Is it good to still
Hmm.
invest, or when was a good time? You should have invested it long ago and not wait for the right opportunity to invest, because now if you look at it from hindsight, you'd be like, dude, I should
Hmm.
have just invested it when I saw it at the first go.
Correct.
right? So
Like
you
even
kept
if you
waiting
see
for
the
that.
P, like the P is almost three times of the industry.
No, it is definitely overvalued. I'm not saying it's not overvalued. If your question is it overvalued? Yes, it is overvalued. Your question
So
is
will
not, is
you?
it overvalued? Your question is, when do I buy it?
Correct.
Now, currently the stock is in this hype mode,
Right.
correct?
Hmm.
So when it's in the hype mode, you don't know when the hype is going, when it'll stop. So it's actually like catching a falling knife.
Okay.
So if you want, but look at this from a other angle. Do you want to keep it for the next 5 years? Yes, Alkalamines is awesome to keep it for the next 5 years. Then why not do that and just invest today at whatever price? And if it goes
Hmm.
down next month, you average it. So even better for you. It doesn't matter, right?
Got. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously for a long term itself.
Yeah, then if you see, if it's long term, I never look at the price. I would just buy it. The reason why I never look at the price and I just buy it is because I know if it goes down, I will average it. Worst case, chalo, mera naseeb kharab tha, I bought it and it went down. But I don't want to miss out on this opportunity that shit, I bought it and it went up. That opportunity I don't want to miss.
Got it. Done. Cool.
Okay?
Thanks. And
Awesome,
my
bye bye.
second question, I mean, if I can ask, is about Shiba Inu. Have you heard of that crypto which is rallying like crazy right now?
That is like almost penny cents, right? It's like literally there's no 0.0000 something. I saw it on
Yeah.
some again. I saw it on the meme, so I wouldn't. Dude, I don't trust memes, dude. I don't trust meme coins. Sorry. So even if
Okay.
it's Shiba, Ibu, Kubu, whatever, I do not care. I do not trust it.
Yeah, apparently it's a competitor to Doge. Like how Doge started as a meme, this is a meme for the meme itself.
Dude, people are just stupid, man. Sometimes, like people not get a little carried away. I feel. कि हाँ meme बनाओ चलेगा, but people get carried away quite literally. One meme to complement another meme that complements another meme that complements another meme. But who is the person who's buying in the end? People like us only. And like see, like you just mentioned this now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to Google what is Shiba Inu and then think it is fundamentally awesome and उधर भी problem होने वाला है, right? When it's not, when it's clearly not.
Right. Cool. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, awesome.
See you.
Uh,
Hi,
Next,
Shashank.
hey man, what's your name? Name.
Sorry, I'm Arihant. Shashank, I have two questions for you. The
Hmm.
first one is in November 2020, I got 15,000 rupees worth Tata Motors for 150.
November 2020.
Yeah, so and now it's around 315, I think. Yeah, 315,
When did you buy that? What price?
150,
Okay, at for how much rupees?
15,000.
Okay, lucky boy.
Yeah, it's not lucky, but I just wanted to know, should I sell it off or should I wait until the second wave is done and again people start buying cars? And what do you say about that?
First of all, I like your very humble approach by saying it was not lucky. Fuck you guys. I did a lot of research and it was my brains that got me this, which is good. I like that
Mhm.
attitude. Very nice attitude. Um Second thing is, Tata Motors is a very, very, very good stock for the future. I think if you've got that average, I think it's beautiful because whenever you buy more, you can average it even lower. And I
Yeah.
think you should just hold it and don't think too much about it. It's a beautiful stock because dude, the EV sector is going to boom. That boom is going to happen very soon. You know that, correct?
Yes, yes,
So when just wait for that boom to happen. Calm down and wait for that boom to happen.
yes. And Shashank, I bought a few Ethereums back in September.
Smart boy.
The, yeah, that those were around 30,000. One Ethereum was around 22,000 rupees. Before it was 35 and when it went to 22,000. So I bought few Ethereums and I exited in December and I have few other Ethereums left. Do you think there'll be a bubble burst?
Even if it does bubble burst, it'll still be more than the price you got it at.
Okay, okay. So can I average it?
Ethereum is always a good buy. You can buy it and keep it for the next 5 years. Do not worry too much about it. It's like saying, Bitcoin, will it crash tomorrow? Yes, it crashed before also. It's crashed. Sometimes it's crashed in the past. Look, but
Yeah.
has it always gone up? It has always gone up. It's like the Sensex. So at least for the next 2 3 years, it is just starting its rally. The way I see it, it's just starting the rally right now. It's not
Yeah.
over. It's starting because now people have realized, oh my god, oh shit, all these things are on Ethereum. beautiful, amazing new investors coming into the crypto market. The only time it will crash is, when India comes and says, "Oh, it's banned" or something is wrong, right? But if India makes it legal, oh my god, boy, oh boy, you'll have some fun. Then the stock prices will rally like insanely mad. Why? Tell me why. Okay, nice case study question. If India makes it legal tomorrow, what will happen to
Yeah.
the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum? Tell me.
Many people will be buying it. So when there's demand, of course, the price goes up, right?
Okay, that is one logic, but that's not the main logic. I'm saying, boy, oh boy, it'll go mad. Tell me, why will it go mad?
I'm thinking.
Anyone? Anyone? Why will it go mad?
Maybe like Elon Musk said that he'll start accepting Dogecoins as for his Teslas. Maybe some big businesses in India start doing that, and then the value the basic valuation of cryptocurrency will completely change in the country.
Possible. That's one. I'm pretty sure that would happen. Like pay your credit card bills on cred through Ethereum, something like that might happen. But more
Yeah,
importantly,
yeah.
if
Shashank,
sorry,
no, no, Shashank, I was wondering what if, let's say, if, like everyone can buy Ethereum, and what if it becomes a mean of exchange? Then,
it's already a mean of exchange in a lot of countries, by the way. It's just you don't know it yet. There are a lot of
uh-huh.
places where you can go buy a Starbucks coffee and all with Ethereum and Bitcoin. Do you know that?
Oh,
I
I
am
did
aware
not.
of Bitcoin, but I was not aware of ETH.
Okay, so listen to this now. Okay, if Bitcoin becomes legal in India, why will it go mad? Is because all your big fund houses now will start allocating a portion to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And these fund houses have how many crores? Only 2 3,000 crores, or only maybe 10,000 crores. Not much, right? Now, if you compare that with the 10,000 crores of fund investing, one fund investing 10,000 crores versus you guys investing 10,000 crores as a cumulative, obviously, who's better? Who has more weightage? Who has more pull?
The funds.
Correct. Yeah, funds, obviously. So the funds will move your price.
The fund.
The fund will move your Bitcoin, Ethereum price like crazy. Again, that's a just a case study question. I don't think that will happen anytime soon, because then as soon as banks start getting exposed, the mutual funds start getting exposed, the SEBI gets involved, and if SEBI gets involved, they'll be like, "Tan, tan, what is this nonsense? Come, I don't understand it. Ban." That's what SEBI would do. Kuch samajh mein nahi aaya, ban.
Exactly.
Right? Then they'll figure it out after everyone figures it out,
Yes.
and then finally one new prime minister might come and say, you know what, hum log, like how people say we might make weed legal, they'll make crypto legal. That will be the new slogan. Bitcoin liya kya? Question mark.
So, Shashank, do you think? Do
S-
you think?
Yeah.
Go ahead, carry
Seshank,
on.
Seshank, I had, okay. Yeah, Seshank, I had one last question. That is, can you share any resources? I just want to understand more about crypto and all. Do you have any resources with you?
YouTube. Learn from YouTube. Learn from YouTube. Just Google first.
YouTube.
Before learning resources about coins, first understand what is blockchain, the technology. Read
Yeah,
about blockchain. Just Google KPMG blockchain research reports or PwC blockchain research reports. Read all
yeah,
that.
yeah. Thank you, Seshank. Thank you so much.
Fools, fools. Okay, next question.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, hi,
Am I
Shashank. This is
audible?
Cheshta.
One by one. We're all civil people.
Sure, go ahead, go ahead.
Yes. Who was the guy who was talking so sweetly? She said, "Go ahead, please."
Oh, I'm sorry. Shasha, bro, my name is Brajesh. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Prajesh.
So my question is that you were saying that you were going to remove Airtel from your small cases, but
Yes.
what was my thought was now Airtel is rising quite a bit, and
Hmm.
now the 5G trials are about to begin in India soon, maybe in a month or what, and we may be having the 5G services by next year in the most main metropolitan cities, and Airtel is one of the dominating field along with Jio. So what's your take on it? Like whether Airtel may do perform after the 5G trials or after the 5G comes, or if someone is holding still from now, whether they can hold, or it's better to sell still because I was sorry because you were saying that you were about to sell, so I wanted to ask this.
No, see, now again, when the spectrum thing happens, it's very volatile, man. Okay, it's very volatile. You don't even know how the spectrum news is going to go on for, or what will happen in the spectrum. Understood? And also, if you've read that article properly, whenever someone buys spectrum, right? Whenever Airtel or Jio is buying spectrum, it is not a very good thing. I'll tell you why. Can someone tell me why it's not a very good thing when the spectrum auction comes into the picture? Does anyone know why? Tomorrow, tomorrow. Yeah, Nihal and everyone else is mentioning the right thing. It is a depletion of your cash flow. Okay, it is a depletion of your cash flow. And what? It's not some 110 rupees baji pav that they're buying, right? It's insane amount of money that they're actually using to buy spectrum rights for one particular place. And boss, it is expensive as hell. It is expensive as hell. Okay, so it's not good. It's not good. So I think from a cash flow perspective, it might go down. And then see, how does that again matter? See, I'll tell you one more thing, right? Okay, chalo, मैंने spectrum खरीद लिया. Okay, spectrum खरीद लिया. Is that increasing my ARPU, or is that increasing currently? Is that increasing anything from my business standpoint or business perspective? Am I getting more users from Geo? No. But what is immediately going out is just license fee for me to run my business. That's it. Correct? So I wouldn't call it a very good thing. But let's see. Let's see. Again, I would still swap it out because I know there are faster trains to catch. That's my only logic. Samjhe?
Okay, okay, bro. Thank you.
Okay, next.
Hello, Shashank.
Anyone, dude?
Yeah, I am Tejas. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you very much for the knowledgeable sessions you do.
Okay. Welcome.
And my question is about so we have a lot of discussion about diversification and all that stuff. And so, like, it's good thing to have 10 to 15 stocks in the portfolio, right?
Hmm.
So I want to ask question about sectorial allocation. Like, which sectors do you pick, and how do you allocate to each sector, which are in the boom? Like recently, IT and pharma showed the boom.
Ideally, you
IT
should
is
not have
still
more
booming.
than two stocks in a particular sector. But again, over diversifying also is bad.
Okay, okay. And like in like according to market cap, like stocks having the market cap in the sector or something like that.
No, it doesn't depend on market cap. It depends on your conviction of how good the stock is and that will rally up in the future. That is the bigger conviction that you need to have. And if you have that conviction, that is good enough.
Yeah, yeah, okay. And also, I want to ask another question. Should I
Yeah.
go?
Go.
uh, like a lot of IPOs are coming, and I want to ask about the gray market, like what it is exactly. And we hear about GMP, gray market price or premium, something like that.
Hmm.
What is that exactly?
Gray market is a secondary market which is done with dealers and brokers, and it is like the shady market. It's like your black market, dude. Like you want without bill or with bill type of black market type of shady thing. It is basically what it actually means is that when an IPO happens, there are a lot of employees, okay, who want to buy stocks under ESOP. Okay, a lot of these employees get ESOP shares. Now, gray market is basically all these guys selling some of their shares before the IPO begins only.
Okay, 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 got it, got it. And how is it legal then?
Why? How is it legal? Not legal. I'm buying something. I'm asking you for a price. You're selling it to me for a price. How is it not legal?
Yeah, okay, okay, yeah, got it.
Correct. It's
Thank you,
not
thank
illegal.
Hello, Shashank.
Yeah.
Shashank, I want to know why the market is going up because lot of businesses are shut down and the lockdown is extended continuously. So why the market is
Yeah.
not falling down?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
I want to know that why the market is going up because lot of businesses are shut down and the
Hmm.
lockdown is continuing extending in all states.
Yeah.
So why it is not falling down market?
Because it's fallen down enough for its life, it's fallen down enough. So it's not falling down more. Right? It's already adjusted, it's already corrected enough.
Now is there a chances it will fail or
Now, is that a chance of?
it will fail or not?
No, I don't think it'll fall anymore.
Okay.
I don't think it'll fall anymore. It's done, right? It's already adjusted. It's already, people have already figured out, chalo, this is our market and this is the problem. I don't think it'll fall anymore. That's
Thank
it.
you, man.
Good
Okay.
evening, sir.
Good
This
evening.
is Devani, and I had bought Tata Steel when it was at around 540 last year, September, October. Okay, 15 quantity at 540. So total around 8,000 rupees I had bought, and now its price is around 1,200, like that. And should I move out because in the last 1 month it has grown a lot, and I'm not able to understand when to move out of the market. Like, it's growing a lot, I cannot even move out. I just think,
Why
like,
you
I'm
can't
very
move out?
confused. Like, it's growing now, I cannot understand when it will just start falling. So इसीलिए I want to know, should I hold it or should I just keep it as it is?
Hmm. I think you should
Tata
just
Steel.
hold it, yeah. Because you're still making money, you're profitable, so why not just hold it?
Okay,
Okay?
okay,
Awesome.
got it. And could you please make a video regarding the 1 lakh small case? It would be really
Soon.
very,
I
very
will make soon.
helpful.
I will make soon. Give me some time.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Chesta, I think you're back.
Hi, Shashank. Thank you for taking me
The
back.
justice for Chesta Andolan worked.
Thank you so much, guys, for that. Okay, Shashank. I have two questions. One
Hmm.
of them might seem a little beginner's question, just a heads up. But here we go. So I have a question about L&T services, the stock of L&T tech services, and
Hmm.
it's been in talk recently that it's been dipping a little bit. How
Uh,
what point of view do you have on it being a long term stock? Because there have been conflicting reviews on it, that it's not a very good option for investors because of it's not very financial. The financials of the company are a little bit weak and something. So for a long term stock, what do you think
L&T
of it?
Tech is a good long-term stock, dude. L&T Tech is not a bad long-term stock at all. It's quite good.
Okay, so this would this be the right time to buy it, or I mean, if we should wait for a further date?
For long term, yes. For long term, definitely so.
Okay, so another question, the second question that I have is about the crypto, and looking at the hype right now, I see mostly two kinds of people who are looking at the crypto as a long-term thing, who are going into the details of it, how it could affect the economy, when it would come to India, and what would happen then, and the other people who are the other set of people are just trying to gain as much as they can from the short-term benefits of it, right? So, do you think the who is the prudent one here? Do you think the long term people who are thinking of it on a long term basis, right? Maybe 2 years or 3 years down the line and buying it from that point of view are more prudent right now, or the people who are gaining the short term gains for just taking revenue from the hype right now?
I didn't hear anything. I was disconnected. Can you repeat?
Okay, so my second question was about the crypto and how we see looking at the situation right now. Are you there with me right now, Shashank?
Yeah, I'm there with you right now. Tell me.
Yeah, okay. So it's about looking at the hype right now. There mostly we see two kinds of people here. One who are trying to gain as much as they can from the short term perspective of it, right?
Hmm.
Just playing around with whatever they can find right now, just buying some quantity, selling it off when they see that's gone a little bit further and stuff like that. And the other people who are thinking of it in a very long term basis and understanding into the basics of it, how it could affect the economy, what effect would have if it gets legal in India. I mean, if it turns out well in India, gets gain some value in India. So I mean, looking at that from a very long term perspective and a proper investment portfolio sort of perspective. So who do you think is the prudent one here? Playing around with with the cryptos for a short term basis would be the wiser thing to do right now, because obviously the future of crypto is very uncertain in an economy like India right now, right? And but on the other hand, if it does works out, it would be like you said, Abhi, that it would be crazy, right, if it does work out in India. So who do you think is the prudent one here?
First of all, why you talk so fast? It's so fast, like really so fast. Um,
I am sorry, should I repeat?
no, no, no. I think I got half of it. But I think you should I mean, your point is who's more smart, right? Does for the person to keep it on a longer perspective or the person who should just look at it from a short term perspective? Did I get that
Yeah, and
right?
I'm talking yeah and I'm talking yeah, exactly, that is the crux of the question. And I'm talking about basically the point of views. Like, there on one hand, like we discussed, it is very it's very prominent that if it gains value in an economy like India, the markets would go crazy and the people holding it would be really having some fun, right? But then again, it's very uncertain, right? Because of like we discussed, the SEBI factor here and the regulatory
Correct,
board
correct.
isn't. So I mean, when we think of it in that perspective, playing with the cryptos in a short term basis looks like the wiser thing to do. But then again, the pros outweigh the cons if it does work out in India, right?
Hmm.
So,
Correct,
how do you
correct.
look at it? How do you look at the picture right now from a short term basis? Like, it's just the memes going on and people making money out of the hype right now. It's just that kind of thing, or is it something really big that could be like a huge investment decision you could be making right now?
Okay, very interesting question. So the way I look at it is that look, it has both, like there's no right or wrong answer to the question you've asked right now. Both are correct, both are in their own way justified. Right? People who want to look at this long term perspective also they're justified, and people who want to look at it from a short term perspective are also justified. Because why? There's risk in the short term, yes, but if that risk pays off, then in the long term you make more money. But if the risk doesn't pay off, then you lose all your money right now. So who's the wiser? No one's the wiser. It's about the risk appetite that an individual has to play. Now if you think and you can analyze that India will not ban crypto and I should take this risk for the long term, then you're smart. Okay, do it. But either way, I think like even if India bans crypto tomorrow, there will be a certain time period where you can remove all your money and get out. So
Right.
I
Okay.
would
Okay.
say the smarter version would be to invest, keep it there, and then as soon as some nonsense happens, get out, get out, get out. If the nonsense doesn't happen, then don't get out.
Right, because there is a, I mean, maybe bleak, but there is a possibility of it working out in India, right? So we should have a little bit of our eggs in that basket as well, right?
Either way, you should never invest all your money in it.
I mean, I'm not
Correct?
talking about all of the money, but whatever money you put aside for putting in crypto, should you do it for a long term or a short term basis?
Long term only. Long term only. Definitely
All
long
right,
term.
all right,
Okay?
all right. Thank you, Shashank. Thank you so much.
Yeah, bye.
Yes, Jank. One at the side. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my question was, currently, people are taking health insurance, and there is a spike in the number of people taking health insurance. So my question was, there is a sudden situation. That's why people are taking so many insurance. But uh, is there any future for it to grow?
Grow what you're talking about? Health insurance.
Yeah. Is there possibility for it for health insurance companies to grow further in the future, in the long term?
Yeah, now more than ever, because now people have gone actually to the hospital and realized, oh shit, health insurance to chahiye tha, zaruri hai. We should have got it before only. We didn't get it. Now we paid a big bill. But health insurance, see the industry to grow. I'll tell you what, health insurance is very cheap, man. It's the revenue that they make per health insurance is nothing. It's very negligible. They don't make a lot of margins on health insurance. They make more margins on life insurance actually, and the other insurances.
Okay.
Got it?
So basically, it's not a good bet to buy health insurance company for now.
It's a slow growth. Eventually, it will
Yeah,
grow
there
only,
are
right?
better.
If it's a pure play health insurance, maybe not. If it's a life insurance, health insurance, complete insurance, then it's good. See, for example, if you look at our famous LIC, how do they make money, right? They're taking the money from you, but how do they make money? Do you guys know? Tell me.
Mm.
Like
No, I
they
don't
take the
know.
premiums from you and something happens to you, they give you on maturity. But what do they do with that money?
They invested in
They
long-term assets.
Correct. They invested in long-term assets. Most of the times they invest in the stock market. LIC is one of the biggest investors in the stock market, if you don't know. And they are proper investors, right? So now the only reason why they can do that is when it comes to life, people buy mad premiums and mad coverage. When it comes to health, people buy basic with basic coverage. They don't go berserk on it. But with life insurance, they definitely go berserk. And I've seen so many people go berserk saying, no, my kid should have 10 crores, my kid should have 15 crores, my kid should have 5 crores, and they invest heavy. Correct? So does that answer your question?
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Cool. Next.
Hi Shashank, I'm Sushant.
Hi.
Yeah,
You're who?
Sushant, SUSHN.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, I will just say a scenario to you, and you will get it what I'm asking about. And I'm new to beginning.
Sure,
Sorry,
I'll read
new
your
to
mind.
investing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say a company has for 1 year first year growth of 10%, and second year growth as 20%. And
Mhm.
this COVID thing happened in the market crashed in March 2020, and now all of a sudden now the returns of the company is like 150%. So now this 150% skews the growth of the like the 3 year CAGR, and it tells like 60% or something. Is there
Mhm.
other metrics or something like that which could show the actual 3 year CAGR, or anything much more appropriate to
Why
evaluate the
don't you
growth of the
simply
company?
calculate 3-year CAGR? It's not a very difficult formula. It's quite easy.
So uh, I
I'm
didn't
saying
get
you
you.
can
Sorry.
calculate 3-year CAGR. You can calculate 3-year CAGR growth by yourself.
Yeah, even though I get it right. So 10 plus 20 plus 150 is 180, and 180 by 3 is 60, right? So
I don't think
actually,
it works that way. It's compounded towards time. It's not like that. It's not that simple.
okay, sorry. So
Okay, either way, what's your question?
so I just wanted to know, if there was no COVID, how would the company would grow? I would. Is there something which could?
The
Uh,
interesting
uh,
question is why did the company grow by so much even after COVID? Because I know so many companies that haven't grown after COVID.
no, I think
If you tell the company's name, it'll
because
be more easy for us to understand.
uh, uh,
छुपा
I
के
can't
रखते हो.
say.
Not
I
telling
don't know the
anyone. Huh?
company. No, I don't have the company name or anything like that. This is a common situation which I have observed with various company. Let's say the Sensex has crashed to around like 27,000
It
in
all
March, right?
depends. It
Last
all
year.
depends on. Okay, okay. Listen. It all depends on the growth. Correct. Everything depends on growth. There are so many
Yeah,
companies after the lockdown, after the COVID, it has not grown at all, right? But if the
yeah.
company is still growing in the lockdown period, and if it is still growing, the most important thing is to understand why it is growing. Don't look at Kager, Pager, and all that, dude. That's all good, fine, decent enough. But understand the danda first before doing anything else. Understand the business first. Why is it growing? Right?
Okay,
I will
okay.
not invest in IRCTC because the Kager is good. I will invest because the business and the future outcome of this business and four other variables suggest that this future outcome of this business will be good, and that is why I'm investing in this.
Okay. Got it,
Right?
Shashank. Thank you.
Kager growth, you see some growth, you're like, okay, it looks good. Now let me do more research on something that looks good. That is how it
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah, but something like Kager would initially tell us, okay, this is something safe bet or something like that. Yeah. So I
What
was
is
trying
safe?
to
There's
understand.
nothing safe in the stock market, first of all.
Okay, okay.
It's
Yeah, that's
you
true.
you analyze, you get a source of reference to analyze, is what you're saying. That yeah, I saw this Kager and I saw something, so it looks like something I can invest, so I will invest.
Oh, okay, Shashank. I got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Shashank.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else, or is all question over?
Hello.
Yeah.
So I'm Praveen. So I have this doubt of, is there any resource like to know about the future growth of a company? Like uh, in the investor presentation, they'll be telling about what all things they are going to do. Whenever I see an investor presentation, I can see only the positives, right? So is there any complete analyzed reports which I can refer for investing?
You should always read Value Picker. I keep saying this to everyone that you should read Value Picker. It's the best resource you can read, Value Picker, right? Because there they do doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani a lot. That if you're doing some bullshit, they'll catch your bullshit, right? And they'll be like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? Obviously, investor results, investor presentation is always good.
Whenever I read it,
Outside,
I can only feel that it is a good business, so I can invest and invest like that.
no, but you need to filter out. You need to have a bullshit filter by yourself.
Yes,
You need
okay.
to know what is my bullshit filter, right?
No, I only read the investor presentations of those filtered companies, but all companies only provide the positives, right? Like I can't see the growth perspectives like that.
No, it's not always the positives. For example, you will see that okay, it has grown. Okay, EBITDA has grown by 10%. You'll be like, wow, it has grown. But my question is 10% a good growth number? Should the maybe everything in the industry grew by 30% and you're looking at 10% growth as a good thing? So
Yes.
growth does not mean good always, right? It depends on the type of growth also. Entire industry went up by 50% and you're at 10% means is that growth good or is that growth bad?
Yes. Okay. So,
That way. So
uh,
my
so
the reason why I said you should have your own bullshit filter is you should know even when something is good, you should be able to figure out whether it's really good or is it bullshit.
okay. Okay. So now I have this another question where you thought about removing the Airtel from the small case, and you told that you have another faster train. So I have this question uh, like how can we guess that this stock can attract people in a short uh, how can it be? How can we predict that a stock can move faster than Airtel like that? Like if
I can't. But I have waited so much for so long with Airtel, been very patient with it, and I'm realizing that the it's giving around 10%, 15% maybe growth. Maybe it'll give 10 or 15% growth in the entire year. And I
yes,
know there are some fast growing, fast moving stocks that might give more than 10, 15% a year. So my reason for fast growth is not 50% growth, and it's not like it'll move right now. I'm saying it'll move over 3 months. Over 3 months, I can definitely find
yeah,
something that would have been better than what we see right now. Is
yeah,
what my
you are
logic
saying
is.
that it will be more, it will have more growth than Airtel, but still you can't predict the growth, right? Like that.
No, I'll have to wait and see. It's a permutation combination game. I'll have to wait and see. Maybe what I choose might not work. Then go back to drawing board, right? So if you look at the stocks that we have seen, there are so many stocks that are going up really fast, except one. So permutation combination says, okay, that one stock we need to rebalance. That's it.
Okay, okay.
You should not be emotional when it comes to the stock market. Maybe it'll go up, but with that hope of oh, you know what, it might go up tomorrow. I might lose out on a lot of other things.
Yes, the and one more thing is like we have you won't see the price of a stock when you are investing, right? So what happens if the stock goes down 20%? Will you still keep it, or will you average it, or what?
Depends on how much conviction I have on a particular stock also.
Okay. But if it is a fundamentally
So
good stock, means you'll be only averaging, right? You'll
yeah,
stay to
yeah,
okay. Okay.
yes. If it's Deepak Nitrite and it goes on 20%, I'll buy more.
Okay. Okay. So,
That way.
where can we find these con calls? Can you say, please?
Con call means?
Like this, they'll be talking about the growth perspectives, right?
Yeah.
So, where
Con call is there on Trendline. You can go check on Trendline.
okay, okay, okay. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Anything else? How many people have not asked questions now? मेरा पूरा phone गरम हो गया, dude. Crazy. Yeah. How many people haven't asked the questions yet?
Hello, Shashank.
Hmm.
Hello, I'm Arjun.
Did everyone ask the question at least once? Who's pending, dude? I don't even know how many people have added on stage.
Hello, Shashank. I'm Arjun.
Everyone's asked. Yeah, Arjun. Arjun never asked a question.
Bro, how to get to know that the stocks will get fell down like S Bank? In 2018, it has price of 448. It has
Correct.
fallen to 14 rupees. Like how we get to know that this stocks will
Yes
fall
Bank
down?
was never a fundamentally good stock in the starting only. There were very early signs that Yes Bank was doing really bad with respect to NPAs. You should know how to analyze the stock, right? If you looked at that NPAs, it was always going downwards. It was not going upwards at all. So it was always in a opposite growth story. It was going downward story, not upward story. When you see such things like that, you should understand that okay, this is a downward story graph and this is not a good company, then I should not be in such company. That's why I keep saying you should always buy fundamentally good stocks. It's like, you know what, it's like saying, I want to buy Vodafone India. Should I buy? Why is it going down? Obviously because you're buying something that is stupid. Correct. So that
It,
is
ha-
why
it
it's
has
not
happened
like
with
suddenly one day Yes Bank fell down. Yes Bank is considered bad from a very long period of time, and it just went down properly. That's it.
like most of the stocks it happened with like PC Jewelers, Reliance Power. It has fell down from 300 rupees to like they are now in penny stocks. Like how we
Correct,
have
but
to
I'm
know?
saying they didn't fall. They didn't fall instantly. They fell over a period of time. Can you hear me, guys? Can you guys hear me now?
We can hear you.
Okay, just give me 1 second. I'll be back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Battery is dying, dude. It's acting funny. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Ask questions.
I did not get the answer.
Someone was asking a question, right? Yeah, you got the
Yeah, me
answer. No, it was
Arjun.
basically just get into fundamental stocks. Don't try to do some nonsense hanky panky things. Okay, Samjay?
Shashank, I'm Sushant again. Sorry, I just wanted to ask another question. Can I please ask?
Yes, go ahead. Last question, dude, because my phone is gonna switch
Yeah,
off
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Is it right time to buy Happiest Minds right now because it has shown around 36% growth last month?
Who's these people? What? Which company is this?
Happiest Minds.
Happiest Minds. Yeah, yeah, it's a fundamentally good company, dude. Fundamentally good companies, you guys don't need to bother and keep asking. You can always buy. Until the fundamentals are good, you keep buying.
Okay. Thank you, Shashank. That was it. Thank you. Thank you.
Also, there's someone who's running the market scenes talk on Instagram, right? I forgot who that guy was, but he records every session and puts it up on Instagram. I don't know who that guy is, but whoever that guy is, just message me on Instagram. I have some gig for you. Okay, just message me on Instagram. Okay, awesome. So guys, I think that's it. I'm done for the day. It's a very long session today. So then, awesome. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Cool. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Shashank. Thank you.